What's going on, guys? Oh, there's Coke here. Yeah, I've always been a strat. Well, not always. I guess 335 before, briefly. Diagonal triads are useful. I'll say something cool with diagonal triads. If you have like diagonal triads on lockdown, then you go and map them out with just your middle finger, right, like this. What you can do is you can add approach to them mechanically with your index finger, like this. So it's facing this shape, and in closures, or with bebop enclosures. So that's just like like following that pathway, right? It's pretty cool. Oh shit. How long have you been playing guitar? The whole time. Still can't afford a new guitar though? What do you mean? I don't want a new guitar. Your lessons are really good. Some of the best. Oh, thank you, thank you. Are you guys on the Patreon? The Patreon is the heavy load, you know. But I appreciate the comment. But ask me any music questions. Now's the time. I have 20 minutes. I had a cancellation, so 20 minutes till the next lessons. I'll be here shredding and answering questions. Questions. Okay. What is your favorite way to practice ear training? What's the best method in your opinion? Start with something. There's no ear training. It's just brain training. The ear is not separate from the way you perceive music, right? It's something that you know, you're categorizing what things sound like and using verbal cues like words for those sounds. So, you know, start with a point where you can orient yourself and recognize the sound, like the root on a track. Recognize ooh. So if you can recognize the root, ooh, build from there intervallically, like build a pentatonic ooh at the blue note, ooh. Do it down, ooh. Do Dorian, ooh. Melodic minor, ooh, 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 ooh. Right? Like my ability to do it without thinking guitar is sort of limited because I'm not a singer, right? But for me, it's about the connection. So something I really like to do is I like to hum, you know, very softly, like not to where it strains my voice, and then follow with my fingers, and then not really press the notes, not really pick the notes all the way to where they make sound. I'm just kind of like following the trajectory of the line and how I would do that, and then occasionally play notes to just keep myself honest. So it would start looking like this, like be like, and also start from the register you're actually playing. So if I go like, that's that A in my vocal range, right? So like here, avoid transpositions, avoid going like, unless you're going there, like to where you have a sense of up and down in your throat. Like, you know, we tend to play really high and sing really low. So be connected to your actual vocal range, because that, if you're using that kind of ear training that connects you to the whistling logic of your playing, range is a big thing. So I'd start like, you know, simple, and like just try to play melodies that are up and down, kind of like in my head, in the way that like Derek Trucks would play, meaning playing in a parallel way, up and down strings, like So yeah, like it's all about connecting to that kind of logic, and then having, after you get good at it, having the wherewithal to shut the fuck up and realize that you're not a singer, and not torment your audience by having like it's kind of like a skill you have to build and then throw away because you have to let your fingers do it and actually commit to the sound of the guitar. Not it's something when you practice a lot, you see people that just go and shout at you incoherently. Yeah, so it's like, that thing of like categorizing intervals is helpful in the beginning. It's like if you don't know what a fifth sound like, but on guitar, you know where a fifth is. You know what I mean? So it's like that's an element too, right? It's more like being able to audiate. Would you still be good if you never went to Berkeley? I don't know. I went to Berkeley. It's hard to compare to a counterfactual, you know? The Gray Fox. Love your work, Danny. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Go to the Patreon. Is it all muscle memory during improvising? No, it's not muscle memory. You actually sing from your soul. That's the whole point of this thing. If it was muscle memory, nobody would care. Nobody wants to see somebody just perform a mechanical task. The idea is to, we are trying to locate the present when you're playing music. People think about playing like, it's sort of like muscle memory is a really bad way to think about it. It's more like the difference between being awake and being asleep. Practicing is like being awake, and playing is like, imagine that you are able to project your dreams. It's a subconscious release of all the things you've done. It's the opposite. Like, are you using muscle memory to sleep? You know what I mean? It's not, it's not such a controlled thing. So Mia thinks you're a dweeb, and that's why she connects with Marvin. Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Can you play any Michael Brecker? I cannot, no. Wait, is your cameo orientation wrong, or are you actually left-handed? I am not left-handed. I'm sorry if it's a deal breaker. Camera orientation must be wrong. I'll show you my favorite chord. I have a new favorite chord, actually. When you have a 5-1, because I'm sick of the Hendrix chord. Like, I'm done with it. and there's like not a lot of other things I've found in that area. Like if you're going to A minor, if you're using it in jazz, like in the 2-5-1, it works well. But I found this chord instead, which is like augmented triad, same root, root place for the like that E. That sound going to like, it's a nice sound, like 2-5-1, like that kind of. It resolves here nicely, or the best is to an A minor 9. I like that sound. So that's my new favorite 5 chord. Do you find a difference between whistling notes, humming notes, singing them? I feel that I connect more to humming, singing, even though, yeah, I can't whistle very well. So, I mean, I think the idea is to hum as quietly as possible, to where it's just activating the mechanism, to where you feel you still like have a physical sensation of the pitch. Because if you don't, then the up-down motion of pitch is not something that, like if you keep it only in your mind, then it's not connected to the physicality of where the notes are going in your kind of chest cavity. Like, you know, how do you know that a note is going up, right? It's like, that's something that takes, it's not automatic. But if you go like, you feel the point of resonance move from your chest to your throat to your mouth, like, where do I feel like if I point, like I can feel it going up and down, and it's that actual physical sensation that you want to connect your finger motion to. It's not the imagination of the note at first, right? And I think that's the mistake. I think people that like try to hear it in their head without audiating at all lose that connection, and that connection, it's kind of like when you start getting like this physical sensation of where the note should be placed on the music, and it's more like you feel it in your head. So you want to connect this finger thing to that. I don't understand any of that French stuff, but I wish you luck with it. You know, watching you like going to throw the guitar to the trash. You can just give it to me. You don't have to throw it to that. Can you play any train? This is here right now. We are vamping. We're not trying to think. We're not proving things to anybody. We're playing in G minor, bro. Hey, from Italy, very nice channel, man. Thanks for your videos. Oh, you're very welcome, Mr. Italian. May I ask you some advice, some basic exercise to start jazz chord melody? The first thing would be caged, to get together, to slice up the guitar into 5 vertical areas to where you can have a basic representation of the left hand of the piano, to where you can put melodies on top of it. So if you don't, let's say C major 7, if you don't connect C, like a basic unit like C major in 5 areas where you can grab voicings, like it look like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then put melodies on that. Like if you find All of Me, right? And here, and here, and here, and here, and then here, right? To where you can see it that way, then you're not going to have this series of moving houses for the chords, and you'll just basically memorize arrangements. You're not going to actually be able to improvise chord melody. What is your favorite guitar and most expensive? I have a 1970 ES 175 that I think is pretty valuable. Muscle memory. I think you have to rework your definitions in the sense that you don't know any music theory in a way you can use until the music theory you do know is muscle memory. But even after it becomes muscle memory, there's a process of not consciously being so committed to using it, like in that way. Like you don't look down, like if you're, we transmit emotion when we play. Like people who are the reason why college professors suck at playing compared to, like, let's say people who've been gigging for 30 years is that people that stand in front of audiences and play are working at transmitting music from an instrument into a human being. And people that work at being a professor work at explaining theoretical concepts to students. So when you try to take that theoretical knowledge and work it into your playing, there still is a process missing of the experience of shooting it into people. And that's not something that can be taught. You know, that's something that has to be learned. It has to be experienced. So the actual state of playing, even if the style of music that you're playing demands immediate muscle memory to make those connections, still, you know, yes, the muscle memory is built into every movement and every idea and every motion, and the music theory is a manifestation of that, but the way it's put together is more complicated than can be explained. Nice 30-second note lines. Thank you. How long have you been playing guitar? The whole time. Cool videos. Oh, thank you, Matthew. I appreciate it. Check out the Patreon. Hey, I hope it works for you. I am French and learned a lot with you. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Lennon. I appreciate it. May I know what pickups? All my stores have the MLs, which are now called the 63 V63s, I think, something like that. Let's see, can you get Fender to put tone control on the bridge pickup? Well, I always rewire my Fenders to do that. Hey sir, I've been trying to learn gypsy jazz picking, but whenever I keep picking my tip, keep scratching and hitting the strings. I mean, my this fingertip makes contact with the string quite a bit when I'm playing gypsy jazz, but yeah, the basic technique is the, you know. You can't do it with high gain because there's no muting in gypsy jazz, so the notes bloom, and that's a problem in this style of music. Yeah. Cheers. Okay, I gotta go in 4 minutes, teach a lesson, so last shred. Brian Baker. And Brian and I went to school together. This is Thornbacher too. So yeah, Thornbacher too for the humbucker. It's special. The magnets are looking both ways. Let's see. I truly wish you were posting lessons 20 years ago when I was in my prime. Oh, you can get back in the game, bro. What are you, like 80? You'll be fine, you know? All right, guys. I got to go teach some lessons. I got 10 lessons back to back right now. I'm ready. It's going to be a lot. All right. See you soon.